What is up, Bronco Country? It is TimDawg here with the Mile High Outcast. Couple things to talk about. We're definitely going to get into some Bronco subjects, coming up here soon, and then we definitely got to talk about that sweep. I can't believe the Knights just came in and dominated us in such a fashion. We'll also talk a little bit of basketball. Who's going to the finals? Who's going to go play those Knicks? I mean, there's plenty and plenty to talk about. So you know what? Let's get into it.
In the shadow of the Rockies where the orange burns bright, we ride with the outlaws under stadium lights. Mile high, we fly, no chains combined. This podcast the rocket and the altitude's kind.
Turn it up, let the city feel the bass. Every word's a touchdown, every beat's a chase. We're the Mile High Outkast. Broncos, we broadcast. Climbing, never falling fast. For the Mile High blast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We got a special guest co-host today. Man, he's a great guy. Has one of the best tailgates over there going on. Like I said, we got Broncos, Nuggets. I mean basketball. Plenty to talk about. So let's bring on this special guy. Everybody knows this guy. What's up, Bronco Libre?
What's happening? How's it
What's
going?
happening?
Mile High Outcast up in here.
Yeah. How was your week, Libre? How was your week?
My week so far has been a little bit crazy. Again, with Monday being a holiday, always seems like you're always trying to catch up at work. When you have the short weeks, you think it's going to be nice and easy, but sometimes it's just a long ass week when you're trying to catch up with everything all week long. And you know what? I can't believe it's going to be Friday tomorrow, man. So ready for it. Ready for this weekend already.
Yeah, I totally hear you, man. I mean, that's like I said, Monday was a thing, and it was weird, bro, because how my week started was, I mean, obviously the holiday, but then my girls still had school, so I'm like, they had Monday off for Memorial Day, and then I had to go back Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Yaya got off yesterday, and then but Boo Boo being in sixth grade I still took her today, and I'm like, so it's finally over, bro. It's finally summer break is here for all my girls.
Nice. I know, like, my son graduated high school just a couple weeks ago, so he's been out already, and it's been pretty nice. He got out. He was still like visiting his friends, like because we live like right by the high school, so he would go and visit his friends still, like when they're getting out, and so he's been enjoying his little summer break right now. So super excited for that for him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to do a new thing. Yeah, congratulations to your son, man. That's too. I'm trying to
Thank
do
you.
something that you do, Libre. I got TikTok Live going on. So anybody that's on the TikTok Live, please go to YouTube, Orange Blue Network, subscribe, and then you can watch from YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. But that's the first time I'm going live from TikTok.
You know what?
Libre.
Let me go on live as well, and then we can go at live at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me do that real quick then too.
Okay. I thought you already had it up, so I was just like,
Oh no, not yet. I was in the process of getting that set up.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm taking a page out of Libre's book and see, to try to get the more viewers for Orange and Blue Network, definitely for the Mile High Outcast, and keep it going, guys. Anyone, like I said, on TikTok Live, please leave a comment wherever you're at. I'll try to keep up with them. Yeah. Libre probably have way many viewers than me, so.
Oh nah, I barely have anybody. There it is. I just sent you the invite, so you just have to accept it real quick.
Yep, just accepted it.
Perfect.
Okay, let me just check that volume down.
Yep, that's what I just had to do as well.
Okay. Yeah. So last weekend, brother. I mean, we're gonna get into some great sports topics. Sorry if this show's kind of starting off a little rough. I feel like I was just messing with the TikTok, so my apologies to everybody out there. But we had a great weekend together before the holiday, Libre. So
We did.
Shout out to my nephew Matty. He turned 3, and my brother George had a huge backyard. I mean, that backyard boogie, you can't beat it, right, Libre? And Libre
Not
was
at
there,
all.
man.
You know what? To be able to hang out with you and George over the weekend, and it had nothing to do with our podcasting and all that, or tailgating, and it's just familia, just family, bro. That was so awesome. And then just being able to see the kids too. That's so exciting that they had fun. My best part is like I got there right because you guys had just left to the liquor store and coming back, and I showed up there like maybe 5 minutes before you guys did. It got back to the house, and all the kids were like, "Who's that?" Like you could just hearing them say, "Who's that?" And then I was telling Yaya and the other kids, Boo Boo and all that, and they're like, I go, I'm Elias. I go, Bronco Libre. They go, oh, Bronco Libre. And then we had to tell them about the story about when me and you when you met up with me at the tailgate.
Right, face to face. I literally looked at this man, and he didn't have his mask on, but I looked this man right in his face and asked him, "Hey, do you know where Libre is?" And he's like, "What the hell, Tim?" I was like, "Oh, my bad." But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that haven't seen you without the mask, but it's nice when you do take off the mask and come chill with the homies. Me and George and everything. We always appreciate that.
Of course, bro.
Of course. So we got some stuff to talk about, man. We're not gonna. Normally we do like a big hour like intros. I mean, I usually have more guests and stuff on, but I thought me and you today would just come hang out for a little bit. I appreciate you being a guest co-host, man. Means a lot as always, bro. Man. So we got some stuff to talk about, man. Let's get into it real quick, my brother. First and tailgate. You ready, Libre?
Let's do this.
Let's do it, brother. So we're going to start off this first series rolling with the Broncos, all right? We're going to talk about many things that trying to not just talk about, I mean, we already got through the draft and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to try to do some in-betweeners. First thing I want to do is let you take this away, Libre. Since it's first and tailgate and you're doing something amazing, I'll let you just run with it, man. Talk about it.
So one of the things that I've been very fortunate to be part of and been asked not only by the Denver Broncos, but by a huge fan base, is to host an actual tailgate with this fan base. A lot of you don't know this, but like part of what I do, the lucha libre and all that, part of the Mexican heritage itself, I had the fan group from Mexico say, hey, can you actually set this up where we can be the official tailgate when we come up? And they always want to come up to the very first home game of the season at Mile High Stadium. And without hesitation, I said, yes, let's do this. Let's get this done. And not only with them, but with the Broncos too, coming out and reaching out to me saying, hey, we're wondering if you're still wanting to do this, set this up and do all that. And again, I'm not going to say no to my team. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. Let's set this up. And yes, they have given me different things, that they've given me stuff to give out. Like when the fans do come up, I had a rally towel that said Vamos Broncos. They gave me stickers. This is just an example sticker. This is actually an iron-on patch that my brother made for me, but they had this type of sticker that's right here that I was handing out, and then, but the very first home game of every year so far, this is going to be the third year in a row now that I'm going to be hosting the official tailgate party for the fans from Mexico. So again, this year it's week 2 versus Jacksonville. So let's go. So again, we like to do it big. We like to do it hard. I have Juan, who won Fan of the Year in 2022. And this is the year that the Broncos started, or not just the Broncos, but the NFL has started that initiative with the international games, doing all that. And with the especially in Mexico, they had that movement. So because he lives down in Mexico, they gave him the fan of the year that year. And this is before they now have the international fan of the year. So that at that time, it wasn't an option. So now that it is, which is awesome. The people that have won the international fan of the years, I know all 3 of them, and they're all fantastic people that have done it. Maine, thank you, Maine. Darko and Omar are the ones that won international fans of the years for the Denver Broncos. And they are great representation fans here. They come up to the games as well, which I love that. Like they're also representing. That's part of why they won that award. But going back to the tailgate itself, we'll host it because right now Juan reached out to me already. We're talking about from Mexico right now, just over a little bit over 100 people from Mexico has confirmed that they're going to be coming up. So, and that's not accounting the crew that we already have here in town. So we're reaching anywhere from 160 to 175 as of right now. That number is going to grow because once we actually get some stuff finalized, what we're going to be doing, then we're going to start posting it out there. We're going to get everything out there so that we can get final numbers and whatever we can do so that we can start providing the food, whatever, like any activities I'm going to be able to do. If I need to get more than likely, I'll probably have a DJ who is going to be my cousin, who is his name is DJ Mr. Miyagi. Go follow him as well.
He's dope, man.
Yeah.
He puts on a good one, man.
Yeah. You were there for last year for the tailgate when he was there, and he has some good jams. One thing that I do love about this as well is that he created a song for Bronco Libre last year, which was freaking dope. So you're going to want to hear it. I'll probably get it out there and I'll start putting it out there a little bit more to get him some notoriety as well. But if you have any questions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Or if you're wanting to go out there and actually help support this movement as well, or if you want to donate anything like that, everything is welcome, And again, the way I like to bring this setup, and again, this is bringing a community together for one common cause, is for the game of football. And what do we all love about the football? Our Denver Broncos.
Our Denver Broncos, baby. It's Broncos country, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you props, man, because last year I was there, when you did that, and you were really excited towards the end of the season. You're like, hey, they reached out. I mean, I've known this before the Broncos even hit the play. I think you got the news that soon, right? Like before week 17 ended, like.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jim, guess what we're going to have? We're going to have to do something and, link up like we always do. It's not like I'm not going to go to your tailgate, you know what I mean? For
right.
The first game. But yeah, Libre, I mean, I tailgated with this guy all year. If you guys don't know Libre's tailgate, you got to get to know it. He always puts on a good spread. You know what I mean? He's always good to the kids, man. I mean, even random people, we've literally been at the tailgate, and I remember the Chargers game specifically when we beat them down, and we weren't those kind of people. We went live on because during so just to let everyone know, when the games start back up, we do a pregame, play-by-play, and post-game. So on that particular day, we were at a post-game, and there were some San Diego Charger fans, and we're not those people to rub it in people's face. We want to be good, we're on air and stuff. We just want everything legit and just be, no need for that because you don't want to do it to you if your team lost. So it's just a respect factor. But I remember Libre, there was 2 Charger fans that came out from LA, remember? And you treated her son very nice, and you're like, hey, you're welcome at the tailgate. Do you want a beer before we head out and this and that? To the mom or whatever. And we all shook hands. And, that's how sportsmanship should be, Libre. And then getting this opportunity for everyone to come to Mexico, like I said, man, it's not just about anything. I mean, I love Cinco de Mayo. I went down there. Shout out to Married with Drinks. The Denver Foods put on a great performance. I mean, hosting the whole event and everything. Shout out to Big Len. He had all his stuff out. But, it means something. So when you get that opportunity to pull all these people from Mexico to go to the game, man, it's just awesome to see that even not just getting the invite, but them wanting to come and getting interested in football. And this is what people didn't realize where we're doing like more off, overseas games. They're trying to get a world fan base here going on. You know what I mean? They want to try NFL, and I think I'm not the biggest Goodell fan, but I think his marketing overseas is going in the right direction. What do you think, Libre?
I agree with you 100%, and that's part of what I think the NFL is just wanting to get that out there. Is like we've dominated the North America part of it itself, and you can only do so much, and it's about getting like the NFL had already reached, I think, their plateau, especially here in the States. So when he goes out there and does these international games, he's just expanding that. He's just getting more money for the owners, for the teams, for the league itself. Just during this off season with the owners meeting, they just approved to have more international games. So it's going to be where I think it's going to be possibly up to like the 16 games a year. And it's going to be, every team is going to be at least one international game coming up soon. And then one thing that they've also done during this initiative is that the teams now can no longer block certain teams from playing against them at a certain location. What happened this year when the Broncos could have potentially played down in Mexico City versus the 49ers, but the 49ers put in a request to not play the Broncos. The only reason why is because Mexico City is at altitude as well. And they said that they didn't want to have that type of advantage, especially since it's a home game for the 49ers. And they go, we don't want the Broncos to have that type of advantage, even though that would have probably been the best marketing thing to do out there.
I think Goodell's going in the right choice. A lot of people last year were mad about, because I think I know we played in London, but there was a game was it Venezuela or where was
Germany? There was in Germany. There was where else was it?
There was one in like Colombia or something. Like I can't remember. But anyways, I mean, it's just good marketing in my opinion. I mean, a lot of people are mad when you have to go overseas. I mean, you look at us when we went to London, barely beat the Jets, and then coming back to play on a Thursday. I mean, jet lag is crazy. But to be honest, that's on Sean Payton because he refused to take, because he could have got his bye that week.
Oh, yeah.
After the Jets, and which is like, oh my gosh, I was nervous about it. You know what I mean? But that's what he did. And, last year is last year. We're on our track, so we got plenty to talk about. Libre, how about you run some comments, my brother?
Yes, let's get this going on here. First, we'll start off with our boy Shy. What's happening,
what up,
brother?
Shy?
We'll get into this when we're talking about the Colorado Avalanche and what happened. We'll get into that for you. So we'll let you know our thoughts and what we think is going to happen going in the future here. Look at our big boy, Big E Bronco. Hey, everyone, pray for me and my family. We're going through some stuff right now. I'm just pray for me and the family. He said that he was just diagnosed with cancer, so please pray. So, brother, we got you in our prayers, bro.
Definitely.
The healing prayers that are going to be out there for you, bro. We're here. Broncos country is there for you. Just, again, think about it as one day at a time. Hopefully that you got this in an early stage so that you're able to get this over and taking care of it right away.
Absolutely, man. And we always are praying out for, whoever. I mean, whether you're, a fan of the show or family or a friend, or even a friend of a friend, whatever it is, man. We always do that. So definitely, me and my daughters will definitely light up a candle for you.
Yeah. And talking about one of your daughters.
Boo-boo!
What's happening, chica?
Hey, but it was just so funny at the birthday party because I was like, "Did you even give Libre a hug?" And she's like, "Where is he?" As he's right there, she goes, "Oh!" Like,
it was pretty funny.
But the girls love Libre, man.
And then it's our boy from the Broncos Bros. Do you even Broncos, bro? What's happening, fellas? Let's see. And the other part of the Broncos Bros. What's happening, bro?
What up, Georgia? Hey, do you even Broncos Bros?
I don't think so. Not on Thursday.
So. Hey, hold on.
Not on a Thursday.
Before you go on to the next comment, I want to tell you what George did. So you gave my nephew like a package of all these little things, and then you gave him that Bronco truck, right?
Yeah.
So George showed it on the show on Monday because I did the Avalanche segment with them, and I was like, "You can't take that from your nephew because he can't have it right now; he'll lose it." I was like, "You better save it for him when he gets older. That's not yours, George." And he's like, "I'm keeping it." So George might have
You know what
hijacked
was
his son
awesome?
for
Yeah,
sure.
because even that the next day, because Maddie didn't open his presents that night, so he actually opened them the next day. And when they were opening presents, George sent me a video of him opening them up because I gave him like so a lot of Hot Wheels as well, and then that little Bronco medical cart. It's an old medical cart that was given to us at the stadium a couple of years ago. So he sent me that video, and it's like he goes Broncos. It was fun. And then here we go with
Yep.
Biggie. Is he teaching Danielson to be a DJ? He's referring to my cousin. You know what? His dad, what's crazy about that, his dad is actually a DJ as well. So, I guess you could say that he was taught by Danielson.
Yeah.
Look at who we have in the comments today. It's a
Uh-oh,
6'10"
it's
Mexican.
on.
What's happening, Adon? Saludos. And then it's our
what up,
boy
Dom?
right here,
Appreciate you
Jolly
being here.
Roger, Denver Broncos for life.
Jolly
Thank you for
Roger.
joining in.
Hey, bro, thank you, Jolly. Appreciate it. It's for life. It's for life, definitely. And this year's just gonna be, it's just gonna kick off like crazy. So, good.
And then our boy Shy talking about what game are we going to be bringing him into the Mile High City. I know I heard about this a little bit, Shy, about getting you out here to Denver so you can get to a game. Definitely, we'll definitely get that set up. And you know what? It'd be pretty nice if we can get him out here for that Jacksonville game, just so that he can experience that huge tailgate.
Again, it'd be nice. Like I told him, as soon as we get closer to regular season, I'll talk. Tell you what, like Jesse with Rolling Stove is all over it. Libre's all over it. I'm all over. We're all gonna whatever. See what we can do, man. Even Lenny said that, he's like, oh yeah, we got him. And, so, it's a community effort, man. So Shy, we're definitely waiting.
Oh yeah.
For you.
And then Jolly Roger talking about the game that we were talking about earlier. It was Brazil last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was something like that. I was like, where was that?
And then it's our boy, the limo driver, Ralph. He's doing
what up, limo?
better now. So awesome. Great to hear that you're doing better, Limo. Our prayers are still with you as well. Get healthy because we're going to need you all season long, bro.
Also bringing up Limo, he put out a thing. So I think they're trying to set up a GoFundMe to get a limo back for Ralph. It's something like that. I'll send out more details as soon as I know. I got something in the thread. Right, he texts and stuff. So Limo, good to see you. Hopefully health is getting better, man. And if that's something that everyone could do, then we'll definitely try to figure something like that out.
For sure. All right, that's all the comments we have for right now.
All right, okay. So we get into some Broncos, baby. So next thing we have up, which I'm excited about. A lot of people don't like OTAs and stuff. I like it because that's the next thing that's coming in. So Broncos are going to start OTAs next week. And, of course, it's non-contact practice, team event, like, learning each other. Like, it's not training camp. I get it. But it's a start in the right direction to get your team on board. How do you feel about OTAs, Libre?
When I first heard about OTAs, when they first started to be something that came around, but you have to remember, like when I was growing up back in the late 80s, early 90s, and the 90s, even maybe the part of the 2000s, where teams didn't do anything, players didn't do anything until they got to training camp. They didn't they're resting, they're doing all that. What I love about OTAs now, because of back in the day, the schemes and all that weren't that too complicated itself. But now that these playbooks and you have so many options out of one specific play, like this is where they're learning. Like, yes, they're still out there going out there running conditioning, doing drills, doing all that. but they're also there in the classroom. They're learning that playbook. They're learning the different formations. They're learning all of that. And you have to remember, each team is different. It could be the same play for 5 teams, but the verbiage, what they use for each team is going to be different. So that is where it starts. You have to want to make sure that you understand whenever they say breaker 489, dolly wag, whatever, like you understand what they're talking about, what formation you're going to be in, where you're going to be at on the field. So it starts now. And I love that some of these athletes right now, even though like once the season's done, they might take 1 or 2 weeks off to be with family, to do vacations and do all that, but they're back in the grind, getting their body ready to go. And that's just part of it right now. So I love actually OTAs because of the number of actual, when they go into training camp, they don't have that many actual padded full on practice like that, like they did in the day. Back when I used to go and watch the Broncos in Greeley at UNC Stadium over there with the Bears. Like because I lived up at North when I was a kid, and me and my uncle would go to Greeley all the time and watch these guys play, and they hit hard, like through it from the beginning to end. And that's when they had 2-a-days. You know, they don't have 2-a-days anymore now. They just have the one part of the practice, and then they're going in and doing either film study or everything in the classroom at that point. But OTAs, I love it. It gets you part of excited because now we're at that part where our teams that are no longer in playoff contentions, and we only have one team that's really playing right now, and it's hard to watch, and there's not a lot to do. So when you can get these OTAs and get the little bit of information of what you can, I love that part right now.
Yeah, and it shows who's like trying to step up and keep their spot, right? Like especially for the rookies and stuff like that. You know, you got first round draft pick rookies that don't really care that much, but then you got rookies that fell back to the 6th round. Let me hit OTAs and let me just, I'm here and I'm hearing you. And I like the way you were talking about play calls. I mean, you can say kill all you want. So when you're in a formation, and no matter what they say, I mean, let's just go back to the famous Omaha from Peyton Manning, right? Omaha. Ray Lewis straight up said, he goes, Omaha didn't mean anything. It was to throw everybody off. It was So you got to know when you're in there, and hopefully Bo Nix, now that he has Davis, calling the plays. I mean, I'm not trying to knock. I mean, it was a hard injury, and he fought all year long. This is something that wasn't particularly talked about, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but I do want to bring it up. But OTAs can serve so much purpose of learning what calls, what audibles mean nothing, and what your route is, what your go route is, right, Libre? You know what I mean? Anything. I mean, spies, whatever. I mean, this is where it starts. I love OTAs. Is it as exciting because not everybody's there like the camp, but it kind of shows the OTA to training camp that who's there, who's going to try to make a mark for themselves. So it like sets up the next progress. So, I mean, football's back, man. Football's back. We're a little ways away from preseason and stuff like that, but they're out there, man. So I'm excited about it. So what the next thing I want to talk about, this wasn't going to be brought up, but it just kind of went through my mind. My High Viking says, yo, what's up?
Then he comes in a little major shout out to the Outcast. I truly believe all 3 of these teams have what it takes and will make the needed changes to get it done in the Mile High City. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so what he's referring to is the title of the show is called 3 Up, 3 Down.
Correct.
So when we were killing it with the Broncos, thinking that we're going to Super Bowl, we're like, man, we got Nuggets too. And we got Avs too. And out of all of the 3 teams, Avs were the one who I thought was definitely going to go.
Same.
So the title of the show, 3 Up, 3 Down. We got a goose egg. None of them even made the finals or the Super Bowl. And the only thing I can say about the Broncos is the injury to Bo Nix. But you can say the same thing with the Avs, and we'll get into that later. But we basically went to the playoffs with all 3 teams and came out with a goose egg on each one, Libre.
No, you're right. And okay, 1 second here.
Oh, you're good.
So like you were saying, all three teams were destined to do something great. You know, this upcoming season, they had everything falling in line for them. But again, one injury can take that and derail your championship run real quick. It happened with us. It happened with the Broncos, with Bo Nix's
Happened
ankle.
with the Nuggets.
It happened with the Nuggets, with AG,
Happened
Peyton
with
Watson,
the Avs.
P-Watt, and it happened with the Avs. So like we said, one injury away. If everyone was healthy and no injuries happen, we would be celebrating 3 championships in
We would
the
have had a
Mile
hat
High
trick.
City.
We would have had the
Hat
hat
trick
trick.
this year, you know. So again, it's part of the game. We have to deal with it, and like how they always say, there's always next year. But I do feel like what the Broncos have been doing so far, and what we've added to help our team, I think they did it the right way, the smart way. And I'm gonna say it out there. I'm gonna put a pun out there. They got the great value during the offseason with free agency and all that. Like, we had all that extra money that we could have used from the Russell Wilson deal coming finally off of our books, but they were smart about it, and they did
were
not
very smart.
go out there and just give and throw out money left and right like some teams know
The
how
Chiefs,
to
the Raiders.
do. Yep.
I mean, they went.
I wasn't gonna say it, but they did it.
And I was telling everybody, including my brother George, it's not that he was against what I was saying, but like, I'm like, man, everyone just needs to calm down. He knows what he's doing. The Paytons know what they're doing. Both Paytons, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm like, just calm down and look what we got. We got Waddle for a better deal than what if we would have tried to go after him a few weeks earlier. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah.
Because but yeah, we're definitely on that. So we got some more stuff to talk about here. Libre, one thing I wanted to bring up, now that we got offensive coordinator, hopefully taking over the playbook, that's beneficial for Bo Nix for one, but how do you think Bo Nix is going to deal with auto bullying and stuff this year? Because last year it didn't really seem, it's like, let's run this play. There was a couple times, there's a hot route, you know what I mean? But do you think he's going to be able to see the defense better where he can audible and pull a hot route or whatever he has to do, change the play completely or whatever?
One thing that I love that you just brought this up, and I actually just saw a video of this on TikTok, and I should have sent it to you, but they say that if you don't think Bo Nix is an elite quarterback in this league, and they showed the exact play itself, and where the defense was having it where you're going to have 2 high safeties and so forth. And then just because of the way that the formation got set up and it was on a second count and not the first count itself, the defense automatically showed their card, because that's what you do. You disguise all your scheme or whatever. But because of that split second, it happened in 1 second when you go and look at it, where one of the safeties moved back to the middle, and then the other safety moved up. And Bo Nix reading that, and he told right before that play happened, and this was a play to Marvin Mims. He goes, if you see this happen, you need to go to a go route to the outside. And that split second, he saw that, and he threw the ball out to him for a first down. It was like a 3rd and 8 or a 2nd and 8, one of the hardest, downs to go off of. And he says, this is going to happen. If they go down to a 1 safety instead of the 2 that they have there that's going back, he goes, I want you to go out. Calling it before the actual play happens. And that happening right there, and he throws it out there. Broncos get the first down and win. And that was a pivotal first down late in the game. And I think it was against the Bills late in the season or even in the playoffs. And he goes, you need to do this, and guaranteed. We got the first down, the rest of the drive for a touchdown, So when you say about that itself, I have the full confidence that Bo Nix, if he needs to call a hot route or something quick because they have it covered, they have a perfect coverage on us or whatever, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be able to do that. And because of adding Jalen Waddle to the team itself is only going to help elevate that. He's going to have more options now. Teams are now have to worry about him. And now guess what? Cortland Sutton is going to be open again like he was when Tim Patrick was here on the team. That is part of when he was here on the team. This is why Sutton was so much better. Yes, it's been a struggle for him because he's been the number one guy the last several years. And it was hard for him to be that person where you have to remember they have
defense is new. Defense is new. They just double and take him out of the equation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It was a rough season for him, and he did have a couple bad drops in the playoffs. Like,
absolutely.
I think he had like 2 or. But to me, I'm gonna defend him on that because a lot of times he just didn't even think he was gonna get the ball. So I think he was a little. I mean, you should always be aware if that ball's coming to. I'm not trying to make excuses, but. That chemistry between Bo and Sutton definitely needs to come together more this year. Now that you got Waddle there,
and I think it will, and it's gonna open up the passing game for this Broncos offense itself. So when I say that, like I truly believe that yes, Sutton's gonna have a great year this year because now it's all the focus is just not on him anymore. These teams now have to worry about the yak monster, Waddle. We're gonna be doing like one thing that I can't wait to do versus Jacksonville. We're all in the stands and we're all doing the Waddle. I can't wait for that to happen. It's gonna be there. Like it's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get the video. I'll get a video and post that on all social medias because it's gonna be awesome. Just seeing people waddling.
And then to everybody out there in the comments, keep them coming, man. Let us know if you excited about OTAs or if you don't really care about them. Is something going to have a better year? Whatever we're talking about, leave a comment about, or if you have a question, ask. The more comments, the better. But yeah, that was great, man. So, I think going back to Bo Nix being able to audible and that play, I'm not saying he didn't audible at all last year. I'm not saying, he saw something or whatever, but he's got to see it more. And to me, that starts with the film room. You know what I mean? Looking at these different defenses from the different defensive coordinators, what they're doing, realizing if they're spy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he doesn't know his coverages, but don't force a play into a coverage that's going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? That Bo has to step up more in a capacity where he can start calling his own plays on the field if need be. He can't be shy about it. You know what I mean?
You know what? The leader that he has already put out there, and you see that since his rookie year, like I don't feel like he's shy about it. Like he already knows that he's the guy and he's him here in Denver.
Yeah.
Like I don't see any issues or I don't have any concerns of him telling somebody what they need to do or whatever going out there. You saw it last year. He was already that coach on the field, and that's what I love about it. And that's why I like that he is our quarterback. And yes, he might have been the 6th quarterback of that draft, but I do feel like he might be the best one out of that draft class.
Oh, no question about it. He came in hitting it, and we saw him butt heads with Sean Payton before, and he's not scared to speak his mind. He's gonna have a great year, man. We just, like I said, with the new offensive coordinator coming in, I believe he's going to become more of a pocket passer and run second rather than escaping that pocket for no reason. I mean, he did that a lot last year. Don't get me wrong, we got to the AFC Championship, but there was a lot before that injury, which was a quarterback keeper, which was a design call, which pisses me off of all things. But he took off a lot too for no reason. It's like, dude, settle down. He did a great job. I'm not going to say he didn't come through when need be, but I just think he needs a more consistent year.
Yeah.
Getting off of first down, making it a 2nd and 2 rather than a 2nd and 10. You know what I mean?
No, you're right, because that was part of the critique of Bo Nix as well from last year. One week he'll have a great, fantastic week, and then the next week he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, So that's one thing is like if he can get it where he's going to be consistent week in and week out, that's going to elevate him as a quarterback, and people are going to start looking at him a little bit better as like, oh, yes, he is an actual threat now. So we need to look at him a little bit more. But I totally agree with you on that aspect as well. Like he just needs to get that consistency. And that's a critique as well that people were already saying about this upcoming year too. So, but I do feel like he wants to be get that perfection out there. Yes, we're going into year 3 for him, and I think he's going to be able to do that. And now with the changing of the guards of play calling to Davis Webb, I think that's going to help out a whole lot as well.
Yeah, Davis Webb. I mean, and no one knows Bo, and this includes Sean. No one knows Bo better than Davis Webb.
Yep.
And then, I mean, it was Bo, Stiddy, and Webb. You know what I mean? They were together all season, man. This is why we had so much faith in Stiddy before he made that horrible decision. But still, I mean, if you go by the rules, shouldn't have been a fumble. We can cry about that all day, but I'm not going to do that. But I believe they have a good relationship as an offensive corner because, I mean, he was quarterback coach, right? So he was always with Bo, and he was always with Stiddy. And when I brought that up one time, I remember hearing somebody say, why does Stiddy need to spend so much time? I mean, if Bo has a job, I'm like, because at any random time, Bo can go down, and Stiddy needs to know the system that's in place. I mean, your backup quarterback should be right there in every discussion, in every film, whatever. I mean, I don't think people really realize that how much backup quarterbacks really work. I mean, good ones, anyways. You know what I mean?
No, and I do believe that Stiddy was ready for the game because, again, he wasn't thrown in the game because he's out there because of Bo getting hurt during the game. He took a week to get ready. It was the whole team. Go back and look at the game as well. The offensive line struggled during that AFC Championship game
collapse
versus the Patriots. So it was a tough game for everyone overall. I don't know if they were ready for it, if it was too big for them, because we haven't been in that position in 10 years. So it could have been where it was just too much for them. And it's very possible. Now we have a year under our belt. They're going to be ready for it. And this upcoming year, if they get into the AFC Championship game, I feel like they'll be a lot more prepared for that game.
Well, it's like a movie I used to watch with my daughter. I don't know if you ever watched Hoodwinked, like a cartoon type movie about like Little Red Riding Hood. And there's a goat coming down like the mountain on a train, and he's all, "Be prepared, be prepared." I don't know why. Anytime anyone says "be prepared," I always think of that song, dude. It's hilarious. I want to watch that movie. I mean, funny stuff there. But yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna get ready to do what he has to do. He's gonna have more support. I feel play calling going to be a lot different. He's going to have to adjust to that, but I think he's going to be happier in that particular thing. So the next thing coming up, Libre, you brought this up, my bro. You showed me a stat, and it said we allowed the least touchdowns with 178. You want to talk about that, bro?
So I saw this thing get tweeted out earlier yesterday, and there was a stat that came out. Let me pull that stat up real quick here again. And it said over the last 5 years, and they ranked all the teams that have given up touchdowns allowed by each defense over the last 5 seasons. And the Broncos, it's by far, not by far, but the next lowest team to allow it was 185 touchdowns that were allowed. The Broncos only gave up 178. So it's a 7 difference right there. But you have to remember this. This is over the last 5 years. And some of those years were pretty bad years. Those are the Russell Wilson years. But again, you have to remember, even during that time frame, we still had an elite defense that was out there. But to say that we've given up 178 touchdowns in that 5-year time frame is phenomenal. You know that you have an elite defense at that point. The Bills gave up 185. The next one, the most given up in the NFL was the Washington Commanders with
I believe that.
245. And then the Cardinals right behind them with 243. The Panthers 241. The Bears 234. So I look at the Bears as well. Besides of last year, those Bears teams have been pretty bad where I could see that. Last year's defense for them was pretty good. So, and then you have the Lions, 233. And then everyone's favorite team here in Broncos country, the Raiders, with 231. They're the ones in the AFC West to have the most that given up. And looking at that, yeah, they have pretty bad teams as well. But let's go back to the Broncos again. We're the number one defense that does not give up touchdowns. And it's going to still continue because look at what we have put together so far this offseason and for upcoming. And then talking about like this upcoming offseason and whatnot, about Von Miller wanting to come back to Denver, putting it out there. Let's get this, like he says, let's get this happen. This is what I can do. Von Miller's right here in Denver right now because he's doing his foundation, Von Vision. So it's happening this weekend and all that. So they've already talked to him. Like the media's talked to him saying, let's get this happening. Let's get Von Miller back here to Denver. He's saying he wants to be here because he wants to be what DeMarcus Ware was for him, that he wants to do that for Jonathan Cooper, for Nick Bonito. He goes, if I can get out here and actually be on the team with these guys, I can be out there to help them out and be part of it. He already knows that he can get his third ring if he comes here to Denver. That's really what he's looking for, is that third ring. And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think it's going to happen just because of our linebacker room is too full. There's no room for him there, unfortunately.
There's zero room. And, like I said, real quick before we get back on the topic, me and Libre, thank you guys on TikTok live for watching. I see some people coming in. If you guys want to switch over to YouTube, search Orange and Blue Network, subscribe. You can hit us there. And, like I said, I appreciate the views coming in, but YouTube's where it's at. But either way, we're going to keep doing the TikTok live. So if I don't read a comment, Libre, if you catch one, please read it off the TikTok as well. You got one over here. It's Pinche Broncos, babe. She says, go Broncos.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah. But like I said, the TikTok ones go really fast, where these on YouTube, we can kind of control them because it's a scroll. But thank you on both to watch. Let's get back to what we were talking about. So before we got on to the Von Miller thing, which I agree with you, we were talking about the 178 touchdowns allowed.
Yeah.
5 seasons. Let's be real, bro. That's insane. And here's the reason why. Like you brought up Russell Wilson, bro. You brought up Russell Wilson. And here's my point when Russell Wilson was there. The time of possession was always more on defense, way less on offense. How many 3-and-outs did we have during those days? So for them to keep so many people out of the end zone, you know how tired that defense was, bro? You know how tired that freaking defense was every game, bro? And you know what? That's incredible. And I want people out there to know that is an incredible stat. And if you go to time of possession, I guarantee you Broncos in the past 5 years, defense probably played more than anybody. I mean, I could be wrong, but they'd be up there. So I just wanted hats off to that, dude. That was a great, thing. But I mean, if you look at it, defense was on the field nonstop, man, and they still were able to keep people out of the end zone. So credit to the Denver defense, and they're only going to get better, and they're only going to get better. So going on to the Von that you brought up, I don't believe it's not that I'm against him, like coming back. I mean, definitely he's going to get his one-day contract and retire as a Bronco. Definitely, that's what's going to happen.
Guaranteed, yeah.
But there's no room, and people call me a hater because you don't want Von Miller back, and it's just we're trying to win a Super Bowl right now, and then Von's asking for league minimum, even if he comes back. So our veteran minimum is what they call it, right, Libre?
Yeah.
So it's not about the money. It's about a spot that you're potentially just going to be useless of what you're trying to do with Joseph coming back. I mean, he didn't go get a head coaching job, so he's coming back, and he's definitely got some plans for the defense. All right, go ahead and read some comments, Libre.
Yeah, I was just bringing up some of these comments that are here about Von Miller and what we're talking about right now with
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, he says Von coming home or not. And I think me and you are both
not
that he's not going to be coming back, just how we mentioned earlier. And yeah, Shy, honestly, like then you're looking at Von coming back as a nostalgia part of it, and because of what he was able to do for us in Broncos country. But for the team that we have now, like I don't feel like he really truly fits in what we're trying to accomplish right now. Like, yes, he could be there as a mentor, do all that. We were talking behind backstage about this as well. It's like, if he really wanted to be here, like, yes, go ahead and retire, be a coach, be a linebackers coach. If you really wanted to be here that bad, like, you'll still get your third ring being a coach as well. And then going back to Stiddy in the AFC Championship game, Stiddy was awful. He costed us that entire game with his 2 turnovers, 100%.
Hey, me and George we were there, man, and I'll just shout out to my brother George, because excuse me, we found any way. We're not all season ticket holders like Libre, you know what I mean? We're not all that cool. So me and George, man, we found any way to go out there, and man, to go that far the season that we had. It was rough to watch, but Stiddy could have did better. But you're also right. The offensive line, collapsed. So there's multiple factors. But go ahead, keep going, Libre.
Like Jolly Roger saying, Coach Miller. Like, yes,
there you go.
Like, I have no problem getting him as being a coach. Like, if he truly, like, again, if I get it, you're an athlete. You have that competitive fire. That's what you want to do you want to go out there and compete. But you have to sometimes now adjust what you're doing. You entered the league back in, what was it, 2010, 2011, something like that. Like, it is now time that you hang up your cleats. You're at that point where you don't know where you're playing. Like, yes, he's trying to advocate it. He did say that he's going to play somewhere in 2026. Would this be his potentially last year?
Yeah, well, he got he's not under contract anywhere. So
correct. He's unrestricted free agent. So yeah.
And he does want to still play no matter what. I don't think he cares where he goes. He wants to play. But it's not that we don't love Von, dude, because Von Miller, man, Super Bowl 50. Without him, man, we ain't going. No, I mean, dude, we're not winning that third Super Bowl. It's not that we don't love him. It's just sometimes it's just time. It hurts. I know Von is more known, to the younger Broncos community, Libre, right? But here's the thing. I mean, do you remember when we had to drop Steve Atwater and he had to go to a jet, man? It was so weird. It was so weird.
That was hard.
And it was like, man, Atwater's a Bronco, but it was like, but he got his one day and retired as a Bronco. He's in the Ring of Fame. I believe Atwater. Yeah, he's in the Ring of Fame, right?
Yeah, Atwater is, yeah. He was the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, it's same thing. Yeah, same thing with Shannon Sharp. when he had to go be a Raven.
Play with Baltimore,
he won another bowl just like Von did. So for his career-wise, it was a better. But it was weird to see him in purple. But he came back on a one-day contract and he retired, like many have, right, Libre?
Oh yeah, and that's one thing that's not going to change. Just like we're talking about Justin Simmons. And we'll talk about like we're still part of our first and tailgate and all that. But Justin Simmons, he came back, signed a one-day contract to be a Bronco and retired. He has said since then that he is still leaving the door open that if the Broncos want to sign him and do that. One thing that I do have to say with Justin Simmons as well, though, it's like I feel really bad for him because we drafted him in 2016, right after we won the Super Bowl. And then we released him the year before we went back to the playoffs. So he has not played in a playoff game, and that's one thing that is super sad to see him not be able to do that. And to give anyone a chance would probably be him as well, because look what he could potentially do. But again, who are you giving up the roster spot? Like, these spots are so precious. Like, even though like
They're solidified. They're
yeah,
solidified.
they're hard to get in there already as it is. And yes, there might be some players that are on the team that are not dressing up, or they're a healthy scratch or whatever, but they're there for a reason itself. And now you're taking that opportunity because you never know. Like, again, injuries happen. It's a professional sport. Injuries are going to happen. So that's one guy that I would like to see to come back, just so that he could finish it off and do it right for him. And I think, if anything, he deserves it more than Vaughn does, of coming back. But again, deserving or not, like, either way.
I would agree with you, because he was here during the 10-year drought, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, he still killed it. I was always a Justin Simmons fan, and when I would talk about him, be like, really? And then the way that they used to talk to him on mainstream media, like, he didn't start getting his props to like his 6th or 7th year. I'm like, you guys didn't see him, what he's been doing his whole career? Like, it used to piss me off, because Justin Simmons, dude, I mean, I'm not putting him top 5, believe me, but dude, I mean, that dude could have been one of the best at his position. Like, dude, he was a beast, and he didn't have the help, bro. He didn't get to leave the field. So once again, I'll bring it up. Time of possession.
Yeah. So one thing that with Justin Simmons, I don't know if
Am I
a lot of
glitching
people
out,
know
Libre?
this. You're glitching a little bit, brother. But one thing about Justin Simmons that I don't think a lot of people know is that before every game at Mile High Stadium, he'll go from the parking lot, go up one side, and he'll go and sign everybody's, whatever it was, helmet, jerseys, whatever. He would sign everything. Doesn't matter if we won or lost that game. He will then go to the other side of the where they have it barricade from the locker room going to the parking lot where the players park at. Then he'll go down the other side and then sign everyone. Like, he'll make sure that he gets everyone out there. And this was at every home game. Like, he was a star player for us during that time. Yes, the team wasn't doing good, but he made sure that he was there for the fans. And I have a picture right back here. I have a picture with me and him right there at training camp, right at the World coming up. And I didn't get, like, I have one thing that I have signed from Justin Simmons, and it's actually something that I won from the Denver Broncos that they tweeted out, and you just had to go like, comment, and do all that. And it's an actual cooler that he signed on the inside of the cooler itself. I haven't used that cooler, and I got it back in 2020. This is like when I got it. I just busted it out and started using it during this last season. And I was like, man, I should have been doing this the whole time, because this is a great cooler. It actually keeps ice in there for like 4 days. Like, one bag of ice, and it'll keep it in there for 4 days. This is dope. And I'm like, dang, I should have used this first. Nothing's wrong with the signature. Everything's good. Because, within the top of a cooler, it gets a little waterlogged and all that. And but it's with the condensation. But you know what? Like, the signature is still there. It's in a Sharpie. You probably seen it at the tailgate itself and not realize that it was the Justin Simmons signed cooler that I have.
Yeah, I remember you had like three cooler setup, or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think I knew exactly what it was. So I mean, Justin Simmons comes up, and I'm not gonna say he was better than Vaughn. He was better Bronco or whatever. All I'm saying is it's just at that time where it's just not the greatest fit. It's a whole new team now, and Vance Joseph built that defense, man, and he's gonna keep it the way he sees fit. I would love Vaughn, like the comment earlier, Coach Miller, absolutely. Bring him back. You really want to inspire these younger kids? Do it from the sideline. Do it in drills. Do it. We got you. Jolly's out there. Simmons would fit in better than Vaughn.
Absolutely, yeah. Just like I was saying.
Yep. So I mean, it's just one of those things. But at the same time, you don't even have room for Simmons right now. Like, I love both of them to death. Dude, I'm diehard Bronco. I bleed orange and blue. You know that, Libre.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's just if you look at it in a real mentality, and my brother George said this, people are going to hate because we're going to say don't bring Vaughn back. And it's not okay, let's not bring Vaughn back as a player. Let's bring him back as a linebacker coach. Let him get out there and you know what, man, cuz he doesn't want to let go of the game as a player, but I mean, when he is forced to retire or doesn't get signed by anybody, what's his next option? He could have already had coaching interviews. And I feel like he's postponing it to be a player when he could actually be in the office. Okay, what can I do for you? And you don't think Sean Payton's going to sit down with him and be like, yeah, well, we'll put you somewhere. Like, we'll figure this out. Like, come on, dude. That's it. I'm just worried about Vaughn waiting too long. And then, just, instead of just going straight into coaching, because I don't think there's a couple people out there. I saw I don't know if you want to call it a petition or what, but it was out there. It was like a straw poll, and they're like, "Oh, do you think Von Miller is going to go with NFL, CBS, Fox, or?" And I'm like, to me, I don't see Von doing that. I mean, I know Cam made that move, Romo made that move, plenty of players have made that move. I don't see that in Von. I think he's more active and would be. I mean, if he's not going to play anymore, he's not going to be on the field, then coaching's the next step.
I could definitely see that as well with him coaching. I don't see the only way I could see him potentially doing anything with the commentary itself would be probably for college, and that's going back to he's going to be probably the representative there for Texas Tech where he came from,
Yep.
That's the only thing I could really see him doing that. But more than anything, I do see him being potentially a good coach. But at commentary in the NFL, I don't think he would.
Yeah. We had a great segment. I know lately we really haven't been doing all the segments. Multiple guests always on the show, and playoffs were getting crazy, and there was a lot to talk about. But we're gonna go back old school style, and I'm gonna bring this up. You ready, Libre?
Let's do this.
Did it play?
Yeah, it played. The Mile High Memories.
It paused on my end.
Oh, yeah.
The Mile High Memory, baby. This one isn't even on me, man. This one's all Libre, so I'm going to let Libre lead this. Go ahead, brother.
So one thing that I saw earlier today, and this is something that why I love following all these social media accounts for the Denver Broncos. And it's just not the Broncos. It's like all these other pages that come out and say different things. And one thing that I saw earlier today was it's a former Denver Broncos birthday today. Let me just play the video real quick. Let me just share this.
Go ahead, bro. Right on.
Not that one. This one right here. Okay, share it.
We got you guys. Yeah, everyone's going to love this one.
Oh. Wait.
There it goes.
Oh, what's happening?
I know. I don't got any audio.
Okay. Yeah, it's like freezing on my end as well. But just going back to this, it's Steve Watson's birthday today. Today he is 69 years old. He was an undrafted rookie. Like going back to even the 70s and so forth, we still had players joining the team that was undrafted, invited to minicamp. He earned a spot, and he had a long career here in Denver from 79 to in the video they said 87, but I wonder if it's the 87 season going into 88 because we had another thing that said he was here from 79 to 88. His whole career here in Denver. In 81 he was selected to the All-Star game itself, which is crazy to think that it was his third year or so into the league, second or third year into the league. And he led the league as well in touchdown receptions and all that from an undrafted status. So having that type of memory, and then you think about like the not even like the Broncos history as well. We've always had for the longest time at least one rookie that was undrafted make this team. So again, the NFL draft is big. That's where you get like some of the star players, but you really build your team on those players that were not drafted. And we have Rod Smith is one of the other big ones. Another wide receiver that wasn't drafted by a team, and he comes
And flat-footed. And flat-footed.
Exactly. And look at he's one of the greatest wide receivers as well in Broncos history. So
yeah,
and that's what's awesome. And this is what I love here about this Mile High memories. I want to just say, Steve Watson, happy 69th birthday to you. We all here for you. Broncos country, let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, everything that Libre just said, man, he played, and I do believe it was 87, 88 season. So
yeah,
we'll give him that. It's basically a 10-year career in Denver, and hopefully, like the younger fans, man, know or go back and realize what this man did for the organization. You know what I mean? He played, I think, in one Super Bowl or two. Yeah, he played two. He was alongside. He wasn't part of the Three Amigos, but
no.
he had a long career here. He was a big fan. I believe at one point, besides that way, he was like probably the biggest selling jersey. Fans loved him. He was a great person. I mean, he would catch that ball over the middle or anywhere that Elway would give it to him, and he didn't care, man. He was a beast. So, it's just happy birthday, just the way Libre said, man. Happy birthday to this man. We're all Bronco country, right, Libre?
Oh yes, sir.
So if anybody out in the comments wants to tell happy birthday to Mr. Watson over there, it's well deserved, and happy 69th birthday, my brother. Anything left on that, Libre?
No. I know. I know I just brought this to you today about it as well, and I didn't know if you had anything for the segment part, but when I saw that, I was like, I need to bring this up because we want to make sure that we still celebrate, these old guys. Because I'm an old guy too. I know that a lot of you don't know that you can't see all my wrinkles, my gray hairs, but just right here, just in this little patch right here. But I have a full head of hair that's not gray at all, and this shit here is wow. In about a month, I'll be 48 this year. You didn't think I was that old, but yeah.
I know. I'll be 43 this year, man. So I mean, I feel it, man. Bro, literally, I don't want to say that. I mean, it's funny to say, but like, I picked up my oldest, my Nevada, from work today, and I laid down on the couch for like 20 minutes, and I was on my side, and I didn't wake up, but like when I went to get up, I was like, I laid on my side too long, and she just looked at me. She was like, "You're old, Dad," and I'm like, I painting drywall framing. I did it my whole life. You know what I mean? It wears on the body, Libre.
Oh yeah, physical work does.
Yeah. So, but yeah, once again, happy birthday to him. And then we're gonna get into this next one. So Libre, I don't know what you're gonna say. You don't know what I'm gonna say. But you know what? Let's do this. Let's put some props on it. So what we do, everyone, and once again, everyone that's on TikTok Live, I see all the joins. This is a sports show. If you guys want to move over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Orange and Blue Network, hit subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. But thank you for everyone that's on TikTok Live because I keep seeing the joins and all that stuff. So thank you guys for being here as well. So we got two different audiences right now. Well, actually, a few different social network audiences, but YouTube is where we really want you guys to go. But if you can't make it to YouTube, as long as you give us a like or whatever, a comment, we always appreciate it. So Libre, put some props on. I'm going to tell everybody what the segment's about. What we do is we take one individual player from any Colorado team or any coach or anything like that. Unfortunately, we dwindled down And we'll get into the sweep in a little bit. I promise you, Shy. But you want to go first or me? Do you want to pick somebody, even if they're not playing actively right now? If the season hasn't started, put some props on whoever you want. Me or you first, Libre?
Like I'll go first. And this is still going to go back for like happened earlier on. I want to give props to Sean Payton for acknowledging that he is giving up the play calling duties to Davis Webb, like I mentioned earlier. Like I feel like that he understood exactly what he needed to do to help this team become better. Because you still know that there are still people that are out there that think that they're the top dog, that they're going to be doing this and they can't take away anything from them. I want to give it out to him that he acknowledges of what he was able to do last year, which I think cost us a couple of games as well because of possibly time management. Well, we saw it. It's time management. Like he wasn't able to get the plays in time. And I feel like he recognized that, he saw that, and he gave this up. Part of it, I think, and again, it could have been part of it where it forced his hand. But again, he could have just said, well, Davis Webb, you can go ahead and take the head coaching job there in Vegas, or you can go somewhere else and take that in Arizona or whatnot. Give me 1 second. I have a low battery on my PC real quick. So giving him that props, being able to recognize that and be able to give him somebody the opportunity to say, yes, he is the guy that's going to be possibly the guy that's going to help us get to that next level, get us to that Super Bowl ring. So I want to give Sean Payton the props for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you always got to give Sean Payton credit. I mean, because he had to take over that Russell Wilson fiasco. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I know I personally gave him a lot of shit last year for certain play calling and this and that, but he definitely got us in the right direction and we came close. So I mean, when you put some props on it for somebody like Sean Payton, definitely do. To anyone on TikTok or to anybody on watching us live on YouTube, please, man, put some props on it for somebody. We'll read the comment out loud. We want everybody to get involved in this stuff. Like I said, this is a Denver-based sports show, but here's who I'm going to put props on it for. And I don't want to go too much because, well, I mean, I guess I will. I got to go with McKinnon, man. I got to go with McKinnon. That dude might be the best skater, man. Fast and, this and that. Plus, he was putting hits on. He's coming out first off that puck, and he's still putting hits on players, on wall to wall, side to side, you know what I mean? Whether it's through the middle to the blue line, whatever. I just thought McKinnon, dude. I mean, I know we all didn't like it, and once again, we're gonna get in that segment, but McKinnon never gave up, man. And that poor dude got hit with the puck on his knee, man, and you can tell he was in pain. You can definitely tell he was in pain, and I was just like, this poor guy, man. This poor guy. Like, it just goes to show what great. I mean, we literally had the best hockey player in the world on our team this year, and I want to give my props out to him. Libre, I know you're connecting some stuff over there, but I'm gonna put some props on it for McKinnon, and I will say that. What do you think about that, Libre?
No, I agree with you as well. And that's something that comes here more recently, and I agree. McKinnon, he is like him and Joker are the best players in their sport right now. And what McKinnon does for this team is unbelievable. So with what, like how you said, with all those the injuries that he had, what he was able to do, he was still out there playing 100% of what he could to help this team win. So yeah, it's hard to see, especially the team overall, like didn't do what they needed to do to help these guys when you have the best player in the sport right now. but again, that's why it's called a team sport. It's not an individual sport, so they need help and support from the other guys as well. But like we said, it sucks that it happened this year, but they will be ready for next year. It's gonna happen. Wait for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to extend this invite. I mean, we're not ending the show, but it's going to be our last thing. My brother George, if you're out there, feel free to drop in for the hockey, for these abs talk. Unfortunately, we are going to have to talk about it, Libre. I'm heartbroken. Before we get there, let's do a little delay first, and let's do this, brother. Let's get into fourth and forecast. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me, Libre?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know why I'm clicking the button. Before we do that, I think. What's that?
Did you see it this time, or did you need
it
two more times for the fourth time?
Oh, did it play that many times?
No, it just did the twice right now.
I don't know what's going on with the thing, man. It's kind of glitching out. StreamYard's been a little weird lately, man. It's I know Broncos Bros were having trouble on Monday. They had to drop out and stuff. But if you want to read, I think you got like 2 or 3 comments out there if you want to read them. And then we'll get into it.
Just going back to Jolly Roger saying, love Vaughn, but he has to leave his old his old girlfriend go.
Let the old girlfriend go.
That's his baby mama. His baby mama. But one thing that I have to say about this is that Vaughn has stuck to one baby mama, even though she's a little cray-cray at times or whatever the case may be. He doesn't have multiple kids like some of those other guys that are out there that have 8 or 9 different baby mamas out there. So that's one thing I do got to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then right out there, Cody saying, thinking of you, Big E. Same with the family, bro. Oh, and then our boy Notorious. Shout out to the Mile High Outcast. All love. Hey, brother. All love for you too. Outcast.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Notorious.
He says Libre. Shout out to Notorious David. Man, we're voting every day for you, man. He's in the semifinals now for his painting. So everybody out there, and anybody that's on my TikTok live, please go follow this man. You can find him in my friends. It's under Notorious. Please go follow him. He's an excellent painter. Just to let everyone know, he painted that Mile High Outcast for me, and it was great. And to get a better view on TikTok, we got that there. So he's a great guy. He's in a contest, and I got nothing but love for you, Notorious. Man, you're gonna just keep going, man. And then you got all of us out here supporting you, man, because you're just doing a killer job, man. And I can't wait to see the next painting.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for it. Those are all the comments right now.
Okay, so we're gonna go here. So once again, shout out to Notorious. Go vote for this guy. Please follow him on any platform, TikTok, wherever. Fourth and forecast. We're gonna go, even though the Nuggets in there, we're gonna talk a little ball real quick. Did you expect the Knicks to go off the way they did? I know you got Brunson, which, man, dude, I didn't know how he was going to perform in the playoffs. I didn't know. Didn't seem to bother him at all. But they're in the finals, and they're awaiting. If anybody out there has a score to the game right now, please tell me, because my phone's going live, so I can't look at it right now. But did you think, Libre, that the Knicks were going to go off the way they did? Talk to me.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't. Just because of the same fact that you were just talking about it as well. Is like, I didn't see Brunson, like what are you going to really be doing out there? So being able to see it, but the way that they've played during the playoffs, like they could potentially win it all. It doesn't matter who they play, if it's the Spurs or if it's OKC. The way that they've been playing and the continuity that they've been, just what they've done through the East, even though we all know that the East is a little bit easier than the West is, but they're still having to play.
Thank
teams,
you.
you know. So, but I do feel like it's going to be, they have a good potential, and I'm happy to see what they're at. Right now, the Spurs are winning 87-64, almost to the end of the third.
Nice. So we'll get into that after we get past this Knicks talk. So yeah. Thanks for the update. But yeah, I mean, did you expect? I mean, Brunson put it on Harden, dude. Brunson put it on Harden, dude. Harden couldn't guard him for nothing, dude. And it was just like kind of embarrassing to me, you know, like not embarrassing. I mean, he's a great player, but I also
think. Well, to go off of that, sorry to interrupt, but to go off of that, I think that with Harden, he's now a little bit past his prime year itself, and he's not getting the calls that he normally gets in the past. So I feel like they're letting him play ball a little bit more. And part of it is you see all those calls that OKC is getting right now. And I think that with Harden, like how you said that with Harden, he's not getting those calls. Because when he jumped up, he was always kicking his leg out, trying to get that foul. They stopped doing that now. Like they don't, like you can't do that anymore. Now that's a foul against you. So I think overall, I think what his game was, what he's been doing for so many years is what's happening?
What's happening?
So just for so many years, he got those calls and he hasn't been able to adapt to the new NBA and how it's currently set up. I think he's stuck there. And I think that's why Brunson was there. He's part of the new era of the actual NBA itself. So I feel that's why he was able to get out there and actually be more productive during the series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, great take. And you're right. I mean, the game is passing hard enough. And, you know, and it's not like he's loyal to any team. I mean, he's, you know, they got to the semi, whatever. I'll give it to them. But I'm on that same way. So, George, my brother George is in the house. What up?
What's up?
Do you even Broncos, bro?
You been Broncos, bro? What you mean? I got to shave my freaking face is what I got to do.
Little
That's 3 months without shaving. He's like, yeah, he still has a baby face. No, just kidding.
It's all the ads' fault.
Yeah, the topic at hand, George. Did you expect the Knicks to, for one, go to the finals, but go into it in such great fashion?
Just based on how they played last year, I really thought they had a good chance to come back and really revamp that season because they were right in it last year too. But they picked it up a notch. They added some pieces this year, getting back their Nova squad together with Bridges, Hart, and Brunson. You know, they all won a natty together, so they're getting that reminiscence of the team chemistry, knowing how to play together. But they got a good group of guys, man. They actually know how to play well, go to the hoop, get buckets, and then Brunson, like as Libre was saying, Brunson just showed out, man. He showed that he is a rising, if not a star in the league, to be reckoned with for many years to come going forward. I can't say I expected them to make the finals. I figured it's the Knicks. They probably choke it away.
Yeah.
But no, that's just us. That's just us. I'm excited. I'm excited for them. You know, I don't really got no ill will towards the Knicks. Cavs are whatever, you know, it's fine. I'm happy that they lost, I suppose. Doesn't really indifferent me, but if the Knicks do anything, it's going to be pretty crazy to see New York go up in flames.
You know, it's crazy. And it's by default. We have to root for them, just like what Jolly said. Like, we don't like any teams left in the playoffs, but the Knicks colors are orange and blue.
They're orange and blue.
It's just by default.
Hey, I love
and they rock
that.
mellow.
I'm not a Knicks fan at all. By all means, I'm not a
Hey,
Knicks
Libre.
fan. But you know what? You're a orange and blue.
Oh yeah, vintage
Yee.
ale. Heck yeah.
Geor-
How is it?
George is promoting over there.
Excellent. Excellent. Go to Costco.
Heck yeah.
Get your Kirkland.
Yeah. So my point, I'm with between both of you guys. You know what I mean? If not, kind of the same. It's Brunson. He just showed me. I'm not saying that I didn't always know that he's going to be a good player, but man, dude just was. He went off, man, and he doesn't have a nervous bone in his body, man. He's clutch, man, and he took his team there. And I've said this before. I know SGA got the second MVP, and we'll talk about that after we get done with the Eastern. But here's the thing, man. Brunson and Edwards, man. I know they didn't go. I know Joker is in the semifinals, but if that's what it's all about, man, I mean, you got to take Brunson into a realization that he could have been at least a candidate. I don't think he was a candidate, but
He didn't
if
have
I'm
enough.
wrong,
He didn't have a good enough regular season.
yeah, and that's what the problem is, man. Because you know what, to me, a league MVP. So you know what, I mean, let's get into it before we go over the Western. So the MVP went to SGA, and it's
Boo.
doesn't have one leading statistic in points scored, assists, rebounds, whatever. But since his team is potentially going to the finals, that's what makes it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's a horrible disgrace by the committee to give it to SGA again, because now you're really focused in and dialed in. Are they just doing that and they want SGA to be the face of the NBA? They don't want Edwards. They don't want Jokic. They don't, I mean, now Brunson's coming up. They don't want they're focused on one guy to keep that face. And to me, it's pissing a lot of people off by forcing him to be the face of the NBA because there's better players out there. Libre, go ahead and talk about it, man. SGA MVP did he deserve it?
No. You know, and you can say that I'm biased, that Joker should have won it. But if you go back, Joker should be the 5-time in a row MVP.
Thank you.
He should be 5-time MVP in a row. Because if you go back and if you're talking about the best player in the league for those years, Joker has been that guy. He's not, and it's like every year he's gotten better and better. The last 2 years, he's averaged a triple-double. He led the league in what is it? Assists. He led the league in rebounds. The only thing he hasn't led was going to be points, because he will never lead the league in points. But that's okay,
because he's unselfish.
He's unselfish. And that's one thing, is that like how you said earlier, the NBA says they want somebody that's going to be outspoken, going to be out there, try to get out there and say something, try to get like these stats, and they care about it. You know what? Joker can care less about these stats. And yeah, they're like, when I look at it, he played the minimum minutes in the very last game of the season so that he could still be eligible for the MVP. There's a point where he did care about it a little bit, because he did that. He played the very minimum in that last game where he didn't have to, because like you broke records. These are going back to Oscar Robinson, to these other guys that he is now breaking records. Let's just put this out there. He's going to have the all-time triple-double record here within the first part of the season itself.
Yeah.
And he's still not done.
Far from done.
Yeah. So being biased, yes, I'm here in Denver. We're here in Denver. We're talking about Denver basketball itself. But yeah, I still agree that Joker, when they call it voter fatigue, that's a bunch of BS, because you need to vote for who's the best player. You may not like him because, first of all, we're not in a big market. OKC is still in a small market as well, but because he doesn't open his mouth, he's not there trying to be on the cover of all these different magazines or whatever the case may be, like how SGA is trying to do it, how he advocates for it. Joker doesn't care, to a certain point, he doesn't care. But that's what sucks as well, is that if it was, say, Carmelo Anthony during the time, it'd be a whole different story. It could have been where Carmelo Anthony is going to be the five-time NBA MVP. You know, if that was a scenario, but like it's not that case, and I hate it. But again, Joker to a point doesn't care about it. It's just an award. He just wants to get back to his horses in Serbia so that
That's
he
it.
can
That's it.
and be there.
And go
Yeah.
spend time with his kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah. George, I know what you're gonna say, man, but just spit it out, bro. SGA MVP, or is that just an atrocity?
It's worse. It's worse than that. It's
Mhm.
disgraceful. It's blasphemy. It's unprecedented. For what reason is he the MVP when his team has a higher efficiency without him on the court? In the NBA, if you take all the stars off the court, OKC is the best team, efficiency-wise, right? Like they're plus minus. So you can remove him from the team, and their team is still playoff caliber, high talent, very depthful. How does that make you the MVP? And that's why I said a few weeks ago, you know, he's the most vulnerable player. But in reality, this isn't even a hating topic as a Denver fan. If anybody watching, send it to your mamas, your grandmas, your daddies, your uncles, anybody. If
Your
they're a
baby's mama.
freaking basketball fan and they root for SGA and support this nonsense,
You don't know what you're talking about.
delete
then.
yourself. Delete yourself.
Yeah.
Go do some research. Delete your account. Stop watching basketball. You obviously have no idea what you're talking about. It's
Do you even
despicable to
know
watch.
basketball, bro?
When you fall down on 22% of your shots, what are you doing, bro? And then today alone, so like going back, this is not. Of course, I believe Jokic should have won. You could argue for Wemby. You could argue for it all you want. But at the end of the day, when did triple doubles become invaluable?
Yeah.
I think Russell Westbrook won MVP the 3 straight years he won. He had triple doubles.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking the most obvious hating from the league that we've ever seen in history of the NBA. You got a guy averaging a triple double, should be a 6-time MVP because this is the 3rd robbery. This would be 6 straight MVPs, which we don't care about. We'd rather win chips. But at the end of the day, if you're going to pay respects to players that are actually doing it, there's no way Jokic doesn't win that award.
Well, if you're
and
gonna
then,
give it
like I said, you could argue.
out, give it to the person who deserves it. Like otherwise, like what are we doing here? It's freaking ridiculous. And you know what? Something that Libre brought up, just kind of like, you know, Jokic just wants to go to his horses and stuff. Dude, he's not losing sleep over not winning league MVP. I think his fans are more mad about it than he is. Because
you know what pissed me off today? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm on the way home. Adam Silver was on ESPN giving an interview that the league doesn't have a flopping problem. Players are taught to sell the call. He said this. He said this. The commissioner today came out and said, "There's no flopping problem. Players are taught to sell the call. Our ratings are better than ever." And I'm just like, dude, get this clown out of the freaking circus, man. We need a real commissioner to come back and establish some honorability, man. The league is just a disgrace now.
Totally, man. Totally agree. You know what? We'll read some comments right after this next segment. This one's going to go quick. It looks like the Spurs are going to pull this one out, but they're in San Antonio. Now they got to go back to OKC for Game 7. So I'm going to go around the horn real quick. Libre, who you take into the finals? San Antonio. Who do you want? Who do you think's going? Who do you end up? Who's playing the Knicks? OKC or San Antonio?
I don't like how you put that to me. I feel like because this is going to now go back to Game 7 in OKC. I feel OKC is going to be there, but I do want the Spurs. But if the Spurs can come out and actually play like it seems like they're playing here today, because they're up by 24 points right now. It's
Nice.
95 to 71 right now. So if they can come out here and play like this with yes, this is now it for us, I feel like they can do that. And I feel like Wimby is that guy because he's the defensive player of the year for a reason. And what you haven't been able to see, like I don't know if you saw some of the early games, even though they lost, like they can't play against him. Like they get frustrated. Hartenstein gets frustrated because he can't get above him, like what he's been able to do all season long with everybody else that's guarding him. So I feel like with Wimby there, like if he can just stay out of foul trouble, he's going to be golden. And I do think that the Spurs can actually go into the finals. And it's going to be a great finals if it is Spurs and in the Knicks. It's going to go at least 6 games.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, you're taking.
The
Not only do you
Spurs.
want the Spurs,
The
but
Spurs.
Okay. All right. Hey, don't yell at me over here, right?
Yell at him.
I did.
Yeah.
He's like, let me just tell you, Tim. I don't. Yeah, but Georgie, looks like we're going Game 7 in OKC. Knicks are waiting. Patiently waiting. They're all gonna have some time off. So whoever comes in, they're gonna have to play a hot team, or at least a hard-fought team. But who's going? OKC or San Antonio?
The league's not gonna let it happen.
Right.
They're not gonna let it happen. The league's gonna push for OKC to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think Game 7 is gonna be one of the most atrocious games we ever watch in NBA basketball history. It's gonna be apparent that they want OKC there. I hope the Spurs pull it off. I'm taking the Spurs, of course. I'm not going to pick OKC. I think they should lose. I think they should be out of the series already with the amount of fouls that they've been committing and not getting called for. Should be getting teed up for stepping on Wemby on the free throw. Chet Holmgren stepping on his foot so he can't go get a rebound. But it's stupid. I will say, they have the firepower to do it, and the league knows what they're doing. Scott Foster is the ref tonight for a reason, to push it to Game 7, to make sure they don't overdo the calls, and he keeps everybody in check because Scott Foster's the GOAT referee that's left standing, right? Not that I like him, but he does control the game, and this is the worst thing to talk about. Why am I talking about the refs controlling the game? It's so apparent. It's despicable.
But you're not wrong about that, dude. Like, you're literally not wrong about that. So, bro, everything you're saying is spot on. My brother George, Libre, you guys both had good takes. Libre, I know you're mad about this question, right? You're like, San Antonio, I want, and if they can hang with it. But I'm with George. This league and these refs are not going to allow. And then anyone that's on TikTok, I think my cousin Jeanette liked all the stuff. Right on, thank you, cuz. Appreciate you. It's harder for me to read the TikTok ones, but I mean, if you guys want to, once again, go to YouTube, search Orange Blue Network, and subscribe. We got shows all week. You can check us out. I'm the MILE High OUTKAST on Thursday nights at 7. But getting back to what George said, I'm gonna agree, Libre. I'm sorry, I don't want to go 2 against 1 here, but I don't think the league or the refs are going to allow the Spurs to get there. I'm not saying Spurs can't do it. I just don't think it's going to be a fair fight. I don't think anybody out there is going to be like, oh, Spurs. Everybody out there right now, besides OKC, wants Spurs and Knicks. Everybody.
Unless you live in Oklahoma.
That's what I said, except OKC fans. Yeah. Everybody wants to see that, dude. I think it's going to be better. And then if you let the Thunder slide into it over some bullshit calls, which is going to happen, I will say this: what's going to happen in the finals then? Are you going to let them?
It's going to be the same as last year.
It's sickening, dude. It's sickening that not only you're putting an individual athlete that doesn't deserve league MVP, but now you're pushing a team to go back to back. And that's the way I look at it. George already said, I mean, Libre talked to me about that little part, and then we got to talk about the worst thing on the show ever. You guys know what's going to come next.
So I was just looking it up because Game 7 is on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was trying to see who the ref is for that game. I do feel that it's going to be Tony Brothers for some reason. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
We all hate Tony Brothers here in Denver as well, but just the other I can't remember what game it was, but Tony Brothers was the ref when OKC just blew out the Spurs. So I just have a feeling that that's what's going to happen, and then coming into the finals, if it is OKC, it's going to be a sweep. Yeah, I can see it definitely being a sweep because all the calls are going to go to OKC. Doesn't matter who the ref is.
It's sad. It's sad,
Yeah.
but we got to be honest, right? I mean, this is why we podcast. This is why we talk sport. I mean, we can't just be like, oh, hopefully the Spurs win. I mean, we are saying that. Hopefully the Spurs win, but we got to be realistic about shit. Libre, why don't you read some comments?
I will say one thing before he reads comments.
Go ahead.
Just because it's on topic. My favorite part of Game 4 or Game 5, right? Because this is 6.
Yeah.
When the Spurs subbed out Wemby with like 48 seconds left, he whispered to Plumlee and I can't say his name right, Adabawaye or something like that. Whatever his other name is. I don't know his name. But he whispered to him, and then back-to-back plays, they just went and checked Jared McCain. Gave him an elbow in the back, and then the second one wasn't really a foul. They just called it, of course. But he hit his head on Plumlee's knee. He put it right there where he was falling. Oh, that was my favorite. Finally, we talked about it, Tim. Finally, somebody came and just gave him a fucking elbow. Somebody came and put them on the ground and said, "We're done with this. We're done with this." Yeah. About time. So I love
something the Nuggets should have done earlier against Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think game 7, they should come out and do it in the first 2 minutes. Yeah. Just get like 5, just get 4 technicals.
Establish who you are.
Knock somebody out and then go beat them.
Yeah. Where are we having the watch party on Saturday then?
We're gonna backyard it at George. He's gonna get a projector.
There we go.
I got a TV. I don't have a projector.
You better figure it out.
Figure it out, bud.
You figure it out. I got the house. I'm hosting. You guys figure it out.
Spurs and Knicks, and we're gonna party like it's 1999.
There you go, Joey. Hey, we all want it, Jolly, but hopefully you're listening to what we were kind of saying too.
Right. Ay, perdóname. Brothers in sports, I absolutely love you, foos.
Absolutely. That's Jay the Dream Weaver coming in. Appreciate you, my brother.
Jay, what's up, brother?
And this is coming back to about our MVP talk itself. Jolly Roger say Joker doesn't talk. He just puts in the work. Absolutely what it is. What it should happen. Like you want to come in, go out there, do the work and he does it day in and day out.
Definitely.
SGA, does he do it day in and day out? No, he doesn't.
He gets to the free throw line day in and day out.
Well, he's putting the fake work into there. Yeah. Now let's put this out there. Jamal being traded.
We went over this last week on the show. I don't think Jamal's going anywhere without Joker's sign off. Just plain and simple. They're a 2-man team, and I don't think
it'll be hard. Yeah.
I don't think Jamal's going anywhere.
There was a report today. There was a report today that said the Nuggets are actively shopping AG and Jamal.
Yep.
I could see AG. He's injury prone.
Nah, both.
I was just gonna say.
AG's not going to bring us nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I love the guy when he's healthy. There's nothing not to love, but you got to stay healthy.
Yeah, well, his value is what I mean. His AG's value is just diminished because of two seasons of injuries.
We're not going to get shit for him. We're not going to get nothing for
so
him.
Jamal has to go. Because you can't get rid of anybody else. Nobody else is bringing top talent.
No, especially with Jamal, like the way he played this year. Now he's an all-star, so he's there. Like we're gonna get more value off of that itself. But going with Jolly, the NBA is an agenda story platform not facts and stats.
TikTok, please, everybody that's here, please leave some likes.
MJ deserved more MVPs and titles in his day. Like I agree. He only won the 6, and those were the championship years that he was there. I saw this interesting story about but I saw this story too about when Jordan quote unquote retired from the league. They said that he was suspended for 18 months because if you actually go back and look at the time he retired and then he got back into the league was those 18 months. They go, we would rather have you retire than suspend you because it's what it looks like on the league and doing it to the best player out there.
Yeah, but there's no proof. There's no nothing. I mean, Commissioner.
I agree with you 100%.
Everyone's just this. He went and played baseball. Baseball went on a strike. It's just conspiracy theories. Before social media took off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan was a global icon without social media. It was insane days. Why don't you read some comments and then let's get into this this talk that we have to have.
Wemby needs to realize how tall he is from Jolly Roger.
Definitely.
Game 7 reminds me of 02 Laker Kings Western Conference Finals. Kings should be 02 champs.
I'll double up and say it reminds me of the 08 Western Conference Finals when they robbed us from going for the first time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, we played Kobe. Kobe was an SGA, but he was getting the calls.
Oh,
Kobe got everything. They didn't want to see Nuggets then.
No, they did not want to see the Nuggets in the finals.
It's just sickening how they can pick and choose what team and what player. It's disgusting.
That's all the comments.
Here we go. I don't want to cry. I might cry. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not crying. You're crying,
but I'm
bro.
going to talk about it. I might go off. I don't know what's going to happen throughout this segment because I got 2 huge fans as well. I saved this for last because we got to talk about it. Man.
Supposed to save the best for last, not the worst.
I chose a different route. You know what I mean? But these fucking Avalanche, man, excuse my language, but I'm going to get real about this shit. These Avalanche, best regular season record in the league. Number 1 seed. Beat down in 2 straight rounds. You had a sweep and a gentleman's sweep. And here's what George is going to blame me for this because I said this in round 1. We got to watch out for these Knights. We're going to play these Knights. They're a playoff team. Who in the hell in this whole world would believe that the Avalanche would get swept? I'm going to start with you, Libre. Talk about the sweep. Talk about the reasons why it happened. How do you feel? Just go off on this segment, Libre.
I leading up to this game when we were waiting to see who we were playing, I told people at work, I told some other people as well, I was like, you know what? I don't want to see the Knights. I go, they just match up better against us for some reason. They just have our number. There are certain teams, even though they might be the worst team out there, but for some reason they match up well with us. I don't know what it is.
Playoff
They just do, So, and I didn't want to see them. I rather say I wanted to see the Ducks. Like I was saying, I want to see, let's get those Ducks out here, because at least they can say the Ducks fly together. But like with these Knights though, I was like, I don't like it. They just have a number on us. And I told, and one of my colleagues at work, we were just talking about it today too. And we're like, man, I still can't believe these Nuggets, not Nuggets, but the Avs got swept. President's Cup, they won the President's Cup. And like, how could you let that happen? Part of it is if you go and look at all 4 of these games, Vegas just wanted it more. Look at the game. Like they were attacking so much. Game 4, the game on the line, there was 26 minutes where you had 2 shots on goal. how could you let that happen where you cannot get, like, you can't win the game if you're not shooting at the goal? Like, you have to go out there and just hit the puck out the goal. Like, because you never know what's going to happen. You see it all the time. The very first goal that they did, it was a tip in, in that game 4. Like, just get that puck on goal, because you never know what's going to happen. You can get past it. It can get tipped, reflected in there, whatever the case may be. And they did not do that. And I don't know if it was in their head already because of injuries and all that were preventing them to have certain lines out there. But that's what pissed me off the most about this series itself, is like they gave up from game 1. Like game 3, if you go back to looking at game 3,
we're up 3-0.
You had 3-0 lead after the first, and then you gave that up. Like it from that period on, there was nothing that the Avs could do at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough to give up that lead, 3-0, and then it was third period, and the Knights had like 2 goals within 2 minutes or something like that. I don't know the exact minute to second ratio, but yeah, you're absolutely right. George, just go off, bro. Tell me what's up, bro.
We're despicable.
He don't want to. He's like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
It's despicable. Let me tell you. The Knights are as the T-Wolves are to the Nuggets. The Knights are to us as the Avs.
Mm-hmm.
The Knights have been constructed to beat the Avs since they became a franchise, when they went to the finals in their first year. They have always had our number. They've been constructed to be a physical team with us, right? They struggle against other teams. They have some bad games. They don't play as dominant. They don't get to enforce their will on some of these other teams, as you saw in the playoffs. They didn't sweep anybody else. No, but they sweep the best team in the league because they're built for it. And props to them. Hey, they had 12 players on their team that have won a Stanley Cup or been to one. That's dominance in the veteran category for a hockey team. They know how to play together. They know how to play well. They're very they've developed so much chemistry together. And it's all crazy and it all started with their coach, right? Because they fired their coach and they got their new coach with like 20 games to go in the season. And they were on the verge of missing the playoffs. There were 4 or 5 teams that
we're trying to get.
Well, there were 4 or 5 teams that won more games than the Knights that missed the playoffs because of the points.
Huh.
And what happened is they got their coach, and this coach swept the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2019 when they were going on their crazy finals run. John freaking Tortora, something like that. I don't know his name exactly, but I'll give my props on it to that coach, man. He came in and changed that whole team's dynamic, dude. They went 18-2 to finish the year. They haven't lost many games since he became the coach, and they went on this crazy run. We just did not have the depth. It was apparent, and it's crazy because it's hockey, right? Hockey, you got 4 lines. You got 4 lines of 5 guys. You got 20 guys on the ice that can come out and make a difference for you. And we lost just one guy, Cale Makar. This is why we lost the series, I believe. Yeah. We weren't healthy, right? But also, we didn't have the extra firepower that we used to have, and nobody else showed up. And Cale Makar missed in the first 2 games, going down 0-2. Awful.
Then having to go back to Vegas.
And then go to Vegas, right? And we're playing great. Cale comes back. He had the most time with the puck over 2 periods. He was lighting it up, putting shots on the net, as you said, Libre. He was putting shots out there. We were getting movement. We scored. And then Nathan MacKinnon takes a puck to the knee. And that right there was pretty much, obviously I didn't give up, but that was the cement in the season for me. After he took the puck to the knee in game 3, there was basically no hope for us. If you don't have a healthy Nathan MacKinnon, the best player in the world, and then you don't have a secondary scorer who can actually put points on the board, Rantanen, because you traded him away, and It's disgusting, bro. Honestly, Marty Natchez is on the trade block for me. We traded for him, and he has proven to be exactly who he is. He is not a performer in the playoffs. That's who you replaced. That's who you got to be your replacement scorer. Your dominant forward, your center, your other forward can't score a goal, is hesitant when he gets to the paint. Does some great stuff going around the net. He had the great assist to Kulak for us to come back and win that game 5. Where was it? What happened?
What happened?
What happened? His teammates, his best players around him disappeared, and he did too. They disappeared because of injury, and he decided not to show up. And that goes for the rest of everybody. Everybody else. You're talking Arturi Lehkonen, dude that I was hype about, number 62. When he has the puck, dangerous things happen. Nothing happened when he had the puck.
Nothing was
Overall,
happening.
is a complete, nothing happening. Nothing. Yeah,
So
it
here's a
was
hot take.
atrocious. Yeah, it's atrocious,
A hot take
man.
as well, like how you're talking about Natchez and so forth. I've thought about this, and I was like, what? Like, is it? There needs to be a change within something on the team. Is it Bednar? Is it time to get rid of Bednar? That's a hot take right there.
That's on the table. That's been
valid.
on the table as one of the first
discussion. It should be a discussion.
It's one of the first things that came up.
Yeah.
So like, I love both of you guys' takes. I mean, no one's happy right now, man. No one's happy. I mean, here's what I'm going to tell everybody out there. Everyone that's on TikTok watching, me and Libre have split screen. Thank you guys. I see all the likes and all this stuff. I appreciate you guys. Go to that YouTube, search Orange and Blue Network once again. Hit that subscribe. Or follow both of us on TikTok. Appreciate all you guys. But here's the thing. When it comes to it, Libre, all of us are right. Because we all had like a little different take in it, a little way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we can all agree. Without Makar, and I've said this, and this is going to be like the third time I said this. I said it last week on my show, and then I said it on Georgia's show Monday, and I'm going to say it again back on the Outcast show. It reminds me of Aaron Gordon with AG being out, and we had no enforcement. We had no defense to answer for, what was his name, McDaniels? You know what I mean? Like, so you take Makar out of the equation. You're not just taking a defensive player out. In that case, you're taking a scorer out too.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking multiple things, man. They played around the wall hockey way too much. And Libre, like you said, 2 shots on goal. Are you kidding me? Look when we pulled the goalie with 3 minutes plus left. I believe we only had 1 shot on goal. I don't know. It might have been 2. But when we pulled the goalie, we were playing out with 6. 1 shot on goal. Are you freaking kidding me? That's just what the Avs have done all year. Power plays.
I'm going to blame you again. Because that was your only negative take about the Avs, and it bit us in the ass.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be right, but like I said, as sports podcasters, we got to tell it the way we feel. If people don't like it or not, at least agree and be like, you know what, he kind of saw something that we should have figured out. Nobody saw Makar going down, but these power plays, we were plagued by no points on power plays.
Even healthy.
Yeah,
even healthy. Power
absolutely
play.
Right.
Gave up the most shorthanded goals.
Just with the Knights, but I mean, bro,
we gave up shorthanded goals to the Wild. I think the Kings even scored a shorthanded goal on us.
I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's crazy, dude, to look at the season and the way it did. I can handle losing. Let's go to a game 7. Let's make it close. Dude, if you lose, you lose. Good job. Thank you guys for getting there.
Game 5 should be on right now.
Yeah.
Well, talking about a game 7, the Spurs just made it to game 7. 118 to 91. Baby. So this Saturday at George's house with the we're going to be out there watching it on the projector.
Oh man. That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, man. It was hard to watch. No one wants to go. I mean, so here's the name of the show: 3 up, 3 down. Last fall, got the Broncos coming in. We started getting excited. They were winning games. We went 1-2 last year, if you remember, Libre, George. 1-2, and then we went on a massive winning streak. We took number one, not only in our division but in the conference. Once again, an injury. Bo Nix messed us up. You put Nix in there, there's no doubt in my mind we're in the Super Bowl. A lot of people be like, "Oh, you wouldn't have been able to play Seattle," and I'm like, Seattle didn't even really play New England all that great. Nope. Boring Super Bowl. Best part about that Super Bowl was Bad Bunny, the halftime show. I loved it. But then you got the Nuggets. Once again, they got plagued by injury. It was a rotating door of injuries. I get it. Come back. Here's what I'm going to say about them losing. Why would you put AG out there knowing he's hurt in game 3 after how many minutes he played in game 2? And then don't get him for game 4 or 5. Ridiculous coaching. Adelman needs to go. Hands down. Avs, they got to figure something out to me, that one's no excuse. Besides the Knights just knowing what to do. But we didn't adjust to nothing. McCarr was hurt. Another injury that plagued. So 3 teams that we were up on our list. And they all went down. Talk to me, Libre. Is it heartbreaking to see none of them walk away without a cup, a finals, a Super Bowl?
Absolutely. You had 3 chances, 3 teams that were dominating at the time during the season. And then that all happening. But out of the 3 teams right now, the one that I have more faith in than anybody are the Broncos because of what they've been able to do to address issues during the offseason, during the draft. You know, they addressed needs that we needed, giving Bo Nix more options, giving the defense opportunity to continue to do what they've been doing over the last several years. And even like how we talked about the last 5 years, not giving up touchdowns. So with that being said, I have more confidence out of these 3 teams that the Broncos could be the champions this upcoming season. Nuggets, it's going to be hard for them because like we were talking about earlier about Jamal being traded and doing all that. It's gonna be that part itself where we're in the unknown with them. They're gonna have to do a whole makeshift of this team to even try to bring us back into that, I say, championship window. The Avs, it's just all depending on what we can do. Like if they continue to play what they did this last year and not have any of the injuries, they can be there as well, but I don't have the faith in it. I don't think Bednar is going to be that guy right there. I do think they're going to have someone else out there.
I agree. Good take. I want to put this one up real quick. We got Limo back up in the house. This guy's old school. He's a Denver celebrity, but he said Von Miller's a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl MVP. There's always room for Von Miller. Yo, man, the limo driver. And then he goes, y'all killing me. Ralph, I get your emotions, but, you know, there's a squad out there, brother.
We love you, Ralph, and I'm gonna just say you're speaking as an old timer. All right, the roster isn't unlimited. You know how many players we need to keep on the roster? He's gonna steal somebody's spot.
Yeah. So George, talk to me about the 3 up and 3 down real quick, and then we'll do an outro and we get out of here.
It's despicable. So much hope. And hope is a scary thing, you know. Hope, you know, will destroy you down as it did to us. And it's crazy because how many years have we gone being the healthiest team in the league in all 3 of those sports? It's not just like the Broncos, obviously, right? We went 3 seasons with like 0 injuries. That's crazy. We didn't take advantage of it. And then same Avs. Go season after season, not hurt, just not figuring it out. Didn't take advantage of it. Nuggets, you got Jokic, you got Murray, you got your guys not taking advantage of when we were healthy before AG got hurt. we should have won that title last year, but AG got hurt and it determined our future. Because OKC barely took us to a game 7. They could barely hang with us, and that's the facts. Whether people like it or not, that's the facts. OKC had nothing on us.
And what I don't want to interrupt you, but that's the same thing that San Antonio is going to have to deal with in Game 7. It's going to be the same exact thing. Keep going, George.
Well, hopefully they can stay healthy and stuff. I mean, you got to deal with the whistle and whatnot. But even with the whistle, if you just have your healthy guys out there, they could not call enough whistles to beat us, no matter what. And that's just my true belief. We would have won the title. And here we are in purgatory. And
what an accurate word.
That's where we're at, man. We're stuck in purgatory now. We have no idea where we're going. The Nuggets are probably the outlier in the fact that they have the coach that didn't build this team. He did not play a part in our consistency throughout each season, right? And this is huge, right? So understand what I'm saying and going into my take. Consistency as a team, always having a shot, is more important than just dumping your coach. Because this coach has always put you in position and we have shortcomings, right? That can't always be on the coach. And that's where my take's going to go with the Avs. Jared Bednar made all the right moves this year. He traded an all-time hockey player for this generation, Mikko Rantanen, an all-time scorer, one of our all-time players as an Av. Traded a superstar to bring in depth, release some money, get a player like Marty Natchez, who's a stud. He scored 100 points this year. Stud, dude. That's a phenomenal number. But he's not a playoff guy. Not a playoff guy, right? And that's all you were counting on. So that I can't hold Jared Bednar accountable for his players not showing up, because coach is coach, but players win games. And I've always lived by this, right? And this is why I didn't listen to my coaches, because they didn't know what they're talking about. And I went and won games.
Knock it out.
This is just what it is, bro. The coach is coach and players win games. When you got the right players on the court, on the ice, on the field, they're going to make the plays that your coach cannot coach. He cannot call you to come off of that coverage to go get the pick. He cannot call you to go double team the puck and create a turnover. He cannot call you to play better, play aggressive, foul hard. He could tell you to do it, but your players have to execute. So my overall take is it's super disappointing. I do not believe Bednar will be gone. He has led us for consistency. And because of the moves he made to get us back to where we were winning the President's Cup, obviously the sweep is going to be everybody's downfall. I hated the President's Cup. It means nothing. 13 straight teams.
If you're not winning
13 straight teams ain't made the finals.
Yeah.
Because of the President's Cup. We're supposed to break that streak. We didn't. Hasn't happened since Boston did it, and I fucking hate Boston.
All right, guys.
There's always next year.
Next year.
Don't you tell me. Just kidding. We're at 2 hours and 8 minutes, man. I appreciate everyone that's on TikTok and YouTube and wherever you watch, what platform you are. Please, once again, go to YouTube, search Orange or Blue Network, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get ready to do an outro because we got to get out of here. As always, my brother George goes first on this outro. Talk to me, George.
Much love. Appreciate you inviting me to come jump on. I was working, unfortunately. I'm doing a lot of extra work behind the scenes. But overall, I appreciate you guys for coming to my Maticus's birthday party. You guys showed out. Much love. I did steal his freaking orange helmet car, and I don't care. He don't deserve it, all right? It's for me. But no, all love. I appreciate you guys for coming and showing out. It was a blast hanging out with you guys on Saturday. I thought it was a perfect turnout because we had the Memorial Day holiday, and I gave everybody 2 days of rest.
Exactly. And
it took that long.
Too, bro.
It took that long to recover. Shit.
Yeah, barely recovering. But overall, man, Tim, appreciate you. Love the show always. Like, share, and subscribe. Shout out Mile High Outcast. Libre, my brother, love you, man. You're freaking top notch, man. And I was watching at the beginning. I'm hyped for that opening day. Week 2. We're gonna have all the Mexican community out there. Hopefully Lat is back in town. He should be with the UFL over and everything, and maybe he can come down and see us at some point. But other than that, man, I'll be at the tailgates. Always make sure you guys follow Libre. This dude is an amazing dude. He's impeccable. He does everything for the community, shows nothing but love. Make sure he shouts out. Make sure you shout him out. And everybody on TikTok, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me, Mile High Montoya, of course. Got to shout my own. And overall, bro, do you have Broncos, bro? TimDawg killing it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I try to kill it, as much as do. I'm going to get into the next outro, which is Bronco Libre. What's happening?
What's happening?
Thank you
one
for
thing
being
that I have to do.
A special guest co-host. Appreciate that, man. Give us an outro, my brother.
So I want to thank you guys as well, both of you, for the hospitality that you provided
George,
to me over the weekend as well. So it was awesome. Great hanging out with you guys. Like I was telling Tim earlier, it was just great to hang out with some bros, some brothers that was outside of this network. Just, we're here. Like a lot of people just think that this is what we do, and this is it. This is where we hang out. No, we hang out outside of this,
IRL in real life.
Yep. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Love you guys so much. And yeah, again, it's going to be a phenomenal year this upcoming year. Like Emilio, my son, said last year, how blessed he was. Emilio.
Every time I hear your son's name, I have to do
it. What's funny? Like when he was little, like he was like 4 or 5 years old, and I was like, "Hey, do you know who that was?" And I was like, "Emilio." I was like, "Emilio Balderrama," instead of Emilio Estevez. It's just so funny. But overall, like this is going to be like what I was just saying is like what he said, how blessed he was to be able to attend all the games last year, just to be able to witness the history, what the Broncos were able to do this last year, to see that. The opportunities that we got from the Broncos themselves when they upgraded my seats for that Cowboys game where I was behind the Cowboys bench on the 50-yard line, first row.
I got you on TikTok. I got you on TikTok in the Zoom.
Yep. I saw that, everything, So that's one thing. It's like he was just being able to provide those experiences to him. Another thing that I was able to do for him as well, and also my cousin that lives in Arkansas, and his buddy, my cousin asked me, he goes, "Man, you need to try to get me on the field." Guess what? I got him on the field to do the flag, for the Raider game, that Thursday night game. Being able to do that. And that's what I like how you're saying about giving out to the community. Yes, it might be with family or whatever the case may be, but I'm here to help anybody else. I think there was somebody that was, I think on TikTok, I think somebody was asking about getting hooked up with tickets because of how prices are going to be crazy this upcoming year. I'm going to be honest, like the ticket prices for the secondary market are going to be nuts. Especially if you live here in Colorado, keep an eye out on tickets when they go on sale. And then there's going to be a time they'll do normal tickets that'll go on sale. And then about 2 to 3 weeks after that happens, then because of the current contract that the Broncos and the city of Denver have, the Broncos have about 2,000 tickets per game that they have to sell at a half price ticket price. You're not maybe going to be sitting next to each other. You might have to be like one row up, one row down, or maybe even a section over. But honestly, like if you can get that, you have to live here in the state of Colorado in order to get that deal, because Ticketmaster looks at your address and the way your billing address of your credit card. And if it's not in the Denver or in the Colorado, they will reject the card. So if you have somebody that lives here and you're not here in state and you want to come to a game, hit them up. Say, hey, go buy this ticket for me real quick, so that you can come. One thing about those tickets, they're non-transferable. So you have to be with the person that comes in that buys that ticket. because you can't go back and try to resell that. That's a part of the condition as well, because you know how people like to buy
Yeah,
tickets
because
and then
people
go
will
out and
buy
resell.
Scalpers.
Yeah,
Scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All day.
that's part of the condition of it is whoever bought that ticket has to go through with that ticket itself. So that's what I love about that part itself. Who knows what's going to happen in 2031 when we get the new stadium built and all that, which is still undecided on how the stadium is going to be built. There's no rendering of a new stadium yet.
They're still trying to close deals. They're trying to get people to sell. There's people holding out.
But the part of it as well is that there's the city of Denver still has to pay like $200 million for the infrastructure of I-25, 6th Avenue, 8th Avenue. That's going to be right there because they have to make sure that people can get in and out of that neighborhood or where the stadium is going to be. And that's still undecided as well because they may have to go to a vote to the city saying, are they going to be taking
look what happened with when Meow Wolf got put in right there next to 6, man.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever seen a crane go over a bridge, it was insane. I was like, dang, because I ran that core and shell project. I didn't see it like get built in the process. They were still building it, but I did all the core and shell when I was with the union as a painter. And the level of money that went in just to putting it at that spot was ridiculous. So can you imagine? You know, new Bron.
That's just little old Meow Wolf.
Yeah,
we're talking a mega freaking community. Like this is not just a stadium; they're building a mini town.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Libre, you want to say bye to everybody, my brother?
Everyone on our chats today, everyone that liked it up on TikTok, everything like that. Jolly, Roger, Jay. Everyone, you know, all of you, Ralph, Adon, Jay Weaver, the Mile High Viking,
Biggie Bronco,
Notorious, Biggie Bronco, praying for you, bro.
Praying for you, my brother.
Just make sure that you take care of yourself and you're going to all your follow-ups, and the power of prayer is going to be out there for you, bro. Shy, thank you for joining in and hopping in with us. Hopefully, we're able to answer all your questions here today. But everyone, thank you again so much. Especially thank you, TimDawg, for asking me to come on and being able to host here today with you on with the Outcast.
Man, I felt we had a good show going on today. So man, here I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take us out, man. First of all, thank you for all the comments, people that hang on after we go over 2 hours. We don't mean to do that on this show. I know I'm like
the liar.
But you know, George comes in and crashes and we gotta like appease him, be like, all right, you can be a part of it, I guess. You know, me and Libre had it handled, but you know, George had to come in there at the end.
You guys saw it live. George, please come on, please.
But to all the commenters out there through YouTube and TikTok, thank you very much. This is the first time I've ever went TikTok live. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, search Orange and Blue Network. Hit that subscribe button. Every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we go on. Once you subscribe, you'll be able to see all the other shows. So here we go. Thank you for George, my brother George, for coming on, man. Thank you for coming on, blowing up the show again at the end. You always got great hockey talk, you know, great, nothing but good stuff. Thank you for all the fans out there. Thank you for everyone leaving comments. You know what? Thank you guys for tuning in every week. Thank you for you guys actually listening to sort of straight sports talk with a little bit of edge, right? You know, we're not mainstream media. We give it how it is. My last thank you is going to go out to Bronco Libre. What's happening? Thank you so much for being a guest host, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in last minute, man. Dude, I felt I felt we had a great show, my bro. I felt
we did, bro. I felt it too.
I felt we
and
had
then
a great
George
show.
Comes on and ruins everything.
Ruins
bro.
Everything, fucking George.
Hey, I don't mean to outshine you guys. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we got George over here at Broncos Bros. He's on at
Not hard.
At 7 on that YouTube network, Orange and Blue Network. We got Libre on at Wednesday at 6 with Broncos.
Yeah, if y'all want to see me clean shaven, come watch the show Monday. Because I'm fucking done with this.
Gosh, you're worse than the other. No, kidding. But shout out, like I said, Wednesday, 6 o'clock, Broncos talk. You got Libre and the Don, which is a great show. Broncos Bros Monday at 7. You also have multiple. So once you hit that subscribe button, you're going to be able to see all the different shows. Please tune into that. Everyone on TikTok, thank you for coming through and watching me and Libre. I know we didn't get to all the comments. Oh, Sister Izzy's out there in the TikTok. Vader's wife, what's up, Iz? Shout out to you. Shout out to Vader. Shout out to Meredith Drink. Shout out to Denver Food. Shout out to Rolling Stove. Shout out to Goonsville. Goonsville is having the Greek Festival coming up here soon. Please Google that. It's like a Greeks,
It's in a
it's
few
just like a
weeks.
Cinco de Mayo thing. So please, I hope we all go out there and support Petros. Petros is nothing but a good guy. Once again, Libre, thank you for coming on. I
course,
am
brother.
TimDawg with the Mile High Outcast. We out of here. Great show, guys.
Even, bro.
Turn it up. Let the city feel the